go for submissions from a single leg, okay? Because I'm a jiu-jitsu guy, I'm not a wrestler, all right? He gets a single, but I can't do a takedown product and do a takedown defense section without showing you the whizzer, okay? I have to at least show my version of it. Now, freeze. This is what he's doing. He's putting his head near my groin. This is gonna make the whizzer for me easier because there's 3 parts to the whizzer. First thing I wanna try to do, and he's not letting me do it right now, which is good on his part, is get my leg out from in between his legs so that he can't hike it through his body and then run the pipe. So I want to get it out from in between his legs and swivel it here, okay? Right over his leg that's closest to me. Second thing I want to do is make a C grip. I want to put it right over his neck between his 2 ears. So my fingers are here, my thumb is here. You know, like where the cops push you in the neck, like right there, it's like that sore spot. Not that I've ever had that happen to me, but that's where you want to put it, okay? The third part of the whizzer. So the first part, if I can get this free, do it. If you can't, don't worry for now. Right there. Second is the head. And a lot of guys shoot like this and have their head low, which makes this very easy. If he had his head under my chin, I can't do that. Okay, I gotta work something else. All right, but I'll show you what to do if they do that. So boom, 1, 2. And the third thing, let's turn this way, is the overhook, which they call the whizzer. Okay, so I have his head, I have an overhook. So what I'm trying to do, essentially, is this. He has my leg up in the air. If he has my leg up in the air, he can move my body in a way that puts me on the floor where I don't have a foot, which is right there. He's gonna try everything to pop me there. So what I wanna do to stop that is put my foot back on the floor. But I can't do that if he's got like his knee elbow pit in there and he's holding it tight and he's, I can't just kick it to the floor. So the way you do it is with the whizzer. So he gets it, I get his head, I swivel to the outside, and I lock my forearm in here. So what I'm gonna do with my arm overhook here is I'm gonna try to lift this up. At the same time, I'm gonna try to kick my foot down. So if I just did those 2, I lift his arm up, I kick my foot down, a lot of times I could break his grip. If I break his grip, he lets go, my foot goes back to the ground, I have 2 feet under me, I'm grounded, I can get back out and start working my wrestling. So the sooner I get the whizzer, the better. He shoots with a single, boom, I get it right away. What is my leg doing? It's driving all my weight on him, kicking it down to the floor, lifting up with this, and then what is the head doing? Where is Anthony stronger? Here, head up, activating the muscles in his back, or when I push his head down here. How much could he squat right now if I threw a barbell on his back with weight on it? Not much. So all I'm doing with his head is making him weak. So if I make him weak, lift up on his shoulder, kick down on my foot should come out. Okay? So I wanted to dumb down the whizzer for you. This is the way I see it and the way it works for me, is the overhook. And a lot of times people actually connect their hands here, which makes it even stronger. And I lift, push down, lift, and kick down. And now you can kind of go for other stuff here. Try to rock them down, and MMA, I can knee them. Okay? And sometimes when you do the whizzer and kick out, we both fall on the floor. So sometimes go to your knees, boom, we end up here. And we're trying to kick out. And that's fine too. We're still going to continue on, and I'll show you kind of what to do when we get there in another video. But that's the whizzer. Overhook, head. Oh, and if his head stays under my chin, or even close to it, like here, or under my chin, if we can't push it down, the protocol is to push it away. And that kind of still gives him some, form of making him a little weaker. So down makes him really weak, but away kind of pulls him away, and I can get my foot back to the floor. What I see is when I teach this is people get so worked up on the grips, the 3 things. Boom, boom, boom. And they're messing around, moving all this. They forget to kick their foot to the floor. The whole point you're doing this and this is to get your foot free. And once your foot's free, you're out. So that's the whizzer. You gotta be able to do those 3 things at the same time. Shoots. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so defending takedowns using Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a little bit of takedowns and wrestling stuff in there as well. Anytime he has a single leg, see right now my knee is covered by his chest, by his arms. Anytime I can get my knee free, and a lot of times when I'm whizzering him, pushing his head away, see how the knee kind of gets a little free? It goes above here, above his arms. Anytime that happens, anytime you want to bail on this, you can't get your leg free, I'll switch my hand, boom, I'll push, and I'll be like Roadrunner and meep. But when you do that, be very careful because you're turning your back to your opponent. And anytime you turn your back to your opponent, if he's smart, he could follow you